What did you think of the Drake and Headie tune? Only You freestyle. You like it?
Do you know what's mad? When I first listened to it, I had some weird link. Like, it wasn't out, but it was out. Yeah, because I had someone sent me the voice note of where he said my jammer. 15 seconds.
I saw people tweeting about it. I was like, how the fuck do you not know about it?
Yeah. So I got the voice note and I said, yo, who's got the tune? Give me the tune, bro. Yeah. Someone sent me the tune. So I had the tune before the time I had it. Yeah. So that's when I tweeted, Headie One spun Drake. That's all.
Yeah.
So when you lot eventually hear it, you understand why. Yeah. But then, can't lie, Chuckie, I hit one and I listened again. I listened again. Now, Drake initially sounded offbeat when I first listened to it. Then I listened to it again, and he's not offbeat. No. But what he does is he goes through different flows.
Yes.
And he tries to sit on the beat without the beat changing.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, I saw a tweet with P Money where P Money was like, yo, big up Drake for that grime flow. I was like, grime? I was like, oh yeah. So he's done grime, he's done drill, he's done rap. But then what he's done is he's ended some of his sentences at the beginning of the next bar.
Yes.
So if you don't know music like that, you're just gonna think, but this guy's sounding what? But when you take in that this part of the song,
he's flexing. That's what you call flexing.
This 45 seconds, this verse, mad. Yeah. But you gotta kind of like adjust yourself to listen to that. Then you gotta adjust yourself again and listen to the next verse. So the tune's cold.
Do you know who's good at that shit? Fucking Giggs is good at, like, you hear a bunch of different flows in his verses and shit. Like, listen to, he's got on one tune with Ambush, yeah? And there's like 5 flows in the one verse, bro. I'm going to go to it now, actually.
Yeah,
so I don't want to make it about him, but
that's the thing about music. You've got to kind of give it a couple of listens. Because everybody that initially said, around me anyway,
people do that all the time, bro.
Drake messed up. They came back and like, you know what? Yeah. Drake
everyone wants to listen to something quickly and then just give the certified verdict straight away. But sometimes you got to live with certain things. I think the tune's called Silly Events. One sec. Alright, cool. I'm gonna take this out, but listen to this, yeah. Watch Giggs now. Again. Change again. Switch again. Bro.
yeah.
Like, when you listen to things deeper, then you start understanding man are doing things.
Do you know who's sick of doing that as well? T.E.
T.E. is cold at that.
And Chipmunk.
Yeah, Chip's hard at that.
Chip does it.
Chip's hard at that.
Do you know who can do it as well?
Chip's hard at that, actually.
But I haven't personally heard him on different beats, so I can't really say. But Gets...
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Gets wasn't the person I was going to say. Gets can do it, but Merkston...
Oh yeah, Merkston.
What?
He's like a flow father, bro.
He can sit in bare different pockets. So
of course,
there's people that can do it. So I feel like Drake was trying to do that. But so on first listen, because it was a drill song and it was Headie One, you just automatically thought he was going to do that flow. But then when he started going in, I had to listen to it a couple of times, and I'm like, you know what?
He starts with the traditional drill flow to begin with, and so like when I listen to that, I'm like, do I want to hear Drake do that? That's my first question I ask myself sometimes. Do I want to hear him do that? Because sometimes for me, like, I tweeted this, but obviously it was inaccurate, but I hope people understood the sentiment. But I was like, sometimes it feels like Dave is probably one of the only rappers who doesn't go on a drill beat sounding like a drill rapper. He just goes in and just does him. But then obviously there's other people that do that too. Gets Done, it's Scorcher, a bunch of other people do that shit. But like, I'm listening to it, and I'm like, do I want to hear Drake with the traditional? And what is it about that? Like, why is it that people feel like in this sound you traditionally have to sound like that? See, with the Young Bucks, I get it because it's like it's just their thing, innit? It's like that. It's a generation. I see it as a generational thing. So when I see like a bunch of youths that are within that scene doing it, I do think, okay, yeah, cool, I hear it still. A lot of you sound the same, but I'm not taking away from the fact how good some of you lot actually are at it. Headie's cold at it. He's cold at that flow. But I'm like, all right, Drake, do I want to hear you do that? But honestly, to be honest with you, with the bunch of times that he's attempted to do it, to me, this was by far the best.
Yeah, 100%.
This was by far the best.
100%. I get what you're saying though, but I feel like one is still new. The sound is still relatively new, and two, there's like an element of the person who's spitting these bars. Take away the fact from the delivery.
Yeah.
I still need to believe you.
Yes.
And I don't believe Drake.
Yeah, I hear you still.
So when he speaks about, man, I have to go get my rifle.
Yeah.
You don't want me to come by your high school. I'm like, brother, like that's not what I'm here for.
Do you know what? Because I battle with myself about that as well. Honestly, I hear that and I'm like, because no one can't tell me different. I'm a Drake fan to
100%.
bits.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm a Drake fan to bits. And then I'm like, yeah, nah, Drake, I don't want to hear, man.
No, but I get it.
But then I'm like, hold on, wait. Why am I holding him different to other rappers?
You're not, though.
Enough man are talking about rising a thing and that. You're not rising nothing. But there are certain men that I feel that I'm convinced are about that life if they had to.
But it's weird because there's certain people who are about that life fully and they rap. And the tune just sounds, the tune's not all that, but you rate the tune because this brother, I know he's rising his thing. Do you know what I mean?
I believe you.
But so it depends on how you take in music, because do you want music to be just to sound good? Because if you want the music to sound good, the person doesn't have to have anything to do with the roads. Just give him the lyrics, give him the beat, and do what he's thinking.
Well, what do you prefer?
I prefer. Listen, I'm not lying to you. Some of the drill artists that I listen to, they've done their thing. Like when the man's saying, "How many times have I run a man?" He's run man down. Yeah. And I've seen videos, interviews, Instagram snaps of people talking about this guy and validating his crud. Yeah. So I'm like, you get added to the playlist. And there's some guys I'm like, bruv, I'm not lying to you, you're getting dashed out the playlist because I don't believe you.
Yeah, but I don't believe, like, I'm gonna go to the Yank side. Yeah, I don't believe Rick Ross. I believe that he's got man that will do stuff, but who doesn't have man? When you reach that level of thing, who doesn't have man?
But again,
but let me finish. It sounds good. Some of that shit.
That's what I was gonna say.
It sounds good, bro.
I don't listen to Rick Ross for the validation. Rick Ross knows how to pick a beat. Yeah, and he knows how to ride it. Let me not say never.
You're like me, I think.
I have hardly heard Rick Ross off beat. Hardly. You know what? Someone send me a tune where Rick Ross sounds off beat. That guy is so particular about his branding. Yeah. He rides the beat. Probably one of the best to ever do it. I promise you. I've heard tunes where Jay-Z sounded off beat. I've heard tunes where Nas has sounded off beat. I've tunes where I've heard Nas.
Yeah, but we're never gonna have a conversation about the levels between Jay and Rick Ross,
talking about. No, but remember, I was just talking about the delivery on the beat.
Yeah.
So for example, Drake sounded a bit offbeat on this tune, but he found himself. I haven't found a song where Rick Ross sounds offbeat. Even the tune with August Alsina, Entanglement.
Oh yeah.
Rick Ross made. Oh my! Listen, he was flowing on that. Yeah, I was thinking, you know what? I'm a Will Smith fan.
Talking about believability though. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't believe Rick Ross. That's what I'm saying. I don't believe him, but I don't listen to him for that. A man said glass slippers. Who's wearing glass slippers?
What the fuck?
On MC Hammer, he goes glass slippers, I guess hoes. Bruv, what are you talking about? Do you know what I'm saying? But then on the flip side, when it comes to like believability, and it depends on what I'm going for. Because believability and wave, for example, Dipset, my favorite is Jim Jones.
Okay.
But some man argue with me, how could you like Jim Jones when there's Cam, there's Jewels? Brother, Jim Jones is so...
Man like Freaky Zeke because he seemed like he was on his thing.
Yeah, but Jim Jones was on his thing as well. Remember, Jim Jones was known as the enforcer.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And he's off... He doesn't make a great song, as in he's offbeat and but I believe him.
Yeah, of course.
So I'm saying, so when I'm listening to someone who I want to believe, I'm listening to Jimmy.
Well, this is it now. Right. So I feel like we are similar in this because there's certain rappers that I like because they are good at what they do, but I believe them.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So it makes me feel it more. And like I hang on to the words more. But then there's also like other rappers that I just don't I don't believe like that. Do you get what I'm saying? So I still like them, but I don't put them in the same category. So like, even when we're talking about Drake, when we're talking about believability in terms of rising the thing or whatever, I think that sometimes people are a little bit too harsh on him when it comes to the believability conversation, because really, if you had to put a percentage of the amount of rappers that are out there who are at a certain level in life and that are, you know, known as, you know, top tier rappers and that, or artists, like how many of them percentage wise are you going to say are believable? Not much. So we shouldn't now say, you get what I'm saying? But this is my own argument amongst myself.
But do you
understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When I listen to it, I'm like, I'm a Drake fan. I don't want to hear him talk about he's going to rise up the thing. But then I'm like, Chuck, you're a hypocrite because you...
But you know what's funny? What you done there, you just tied in both subjects together. You've got Drake on one hand and you've got Kim K on the other hand. And for some reason, they're very, very good at what they do because they're top of the world. Yeah. But there's this element of people don't believe them or people don't buy into them because of something that we can't exactly put our finger on. Like, Drake has never come out and said he's road. But that doesn't mean he can't back out his thing and do his thing. Doesn't mean he can't do it.
He's not said he's road, but obviously he's alluded to.
Yeah, but he's alluded to the fact. But what I'm saying is, if we saw a video where Drake was actually doing road stuff, you'd be like, "What's wrong with this idiot? Why are you doing that?" Yeah. But then yet we want him to do it to validate his music.
Nah. Do you know what? If I'm being, if I had to imagine Drake, it's mad. But if I had to critique, I would probably say that I still want to hear that crud, but maybe just talk about Chubbs has got the thing. Because I believe that. If you say to me, raw, I know he does. I know he does, innit?
Backer and...
Yeah, of course. But see, that, I believe that. Like, don't get this twisted. When I say I don't believe Drake, I'm only talking about that in a very small context of some of the stuff he raps about. I don't believe that he's going to go do the 4-5 thing. But when he says that Bucker's got the... Or Chubbs is... Or even I'll come and lend you... Like, I believe that he'll come to the dance and chop man's gal, or he flipping went over and took a right and left and stopped at such and such. I believe that. Yeah. I believe it when he says that fucking, you get what I'm saying? I know some Somalis who, I believe that.
What don't you believe then?
I'm gonna rise the team.
Don't make me have to rise my
rifle. You know, I don't believe that you're doing
but
that.
But you can rise it though.
But it's alright.
That doesn't mean he's doing anything with it. Intimidation.
Huh?
You can rise it.
No.
Tory tried it, and look, because they're probably laughing at him.
I know. Listen, it wouldn't surprise. Obviously, Drake must have some 4-5s in the yard.
Yeah.
But listen, more time. I could just imagine Drake just walking around the yard with the 4-5. But what's the reality? Like, no one ain't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a couple of gal in the yard. Let me just. You know what I'm saying, babe?
He's doing the same thing as.
Yeah. We say you want the great...
but like you said,
but I'm not saying that you won't punch man up though.
You're on a roll here, you know, because you're just tying everything back in. You're doing a Dave Chappelle right now. You see how you said how before you were like, oh, so you did this and that happened. I'm not doing it. You did this. So that's Drake right now. He's looking at the Tory situation and say, listen, I've been walking around my house pretending to rise this 4-5. This is what could happen. You know what? Let me park the 4-5 away. Let me park that back off. And Chubbs, only you are allowed.
Yes, only you are allowed with
4-5.
That. Yeah.
If I ever attempt to,
and no one who's got alcohol drinking is allowed to walk around with this.
You know what I'm saying? Because no one wants to get Tory'd right now. That's the word, no,
bro. No one wants to get
someone has to be the
big Drake,
man.
A whole Drake in jail,
fam.
Nah, bro, that is long, bro. That's why you got man that you know is more on a thing of listen. When something happens and that, obviously worst case scenario. Obviously you have like paid fucking army guys that are looking after you in Secret Service and shit like that. But you might pay for your don to go and get licensed to carry in it, and you tell a brother, listen, boom,
this is what you're
this is what your job is. Worst case scenario, when it gets on top, your family, everyone is good. Don't worry about that.
Look at thing though. That's why I use T.I. as an example. T.I. was in the same situation. He had to. Did you see the machines that they caught T.I. with?
Yeah, I know.
You would have thought he was fighting a war, bro.
Yeah, armory.
And he was like, do you know what? Like, I can't explain to you guys how how I felt in like the threat I felt. Like I can't explain it. I can't say to you that this is the level of threat I felt.
I understand.
But when you look at the machine, because he said it, I think he said it in one interview. He's like, if you look at the machinery I had, that should let you know how much of a threat I thought I was in.
100%.
You see what I'm saying?
100%.
The weaponry.
Have you
this
ever
guy
had a man ring you, bro? I remember a man rang me one time, yeah, and said to me with his number showing, not on private number, with his number showing, and said, "Chucks, when I see you, I'm gonna chop you with an axe, bro."
Bro, what? Because it's something you said or something?
I didn't know what it was. Apparently, it was something to do with some girl or whatever. I found out this time ago. But the man rang me and said to me, "Chucks, when I see you, I'm gonna chop you with an axe, bro." And he came off the phone.
Yeah, your head's
and
hot.
I took that very seriously.
Yeah, your head's hot. Your head's hot.
What?
Head's hot.
Fam, couldn't eat food after that. Man sitting around the table now with the family eating a Ras Clark macaroni and turkey and all kinds of... Bro, I couldn't eat, bro. I couldn't eat. Because all I could think in my head is, you know what? He might not chop me with an axe, but he intends to do something to me when he sees me. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm not condoning T.I. to have the armory that he had, but I'm assuming that someone rang him with their numbers showing and said to him, "Fam, see when you step out on road, like this is what it's going to be, because I'm sick and tired of your shit."
When a situation like that happens, yeah, what do you think? Like, do you feel like, it is what it is, when I see man, I see man? Or do you try to get to the bottom of it and maybe feel like, big man, I feel like the wrong information has been given your way. Maybe if I kind of distribute you with the right information, maybe you might change your mind. Like, what type of person are you? Because me, I'm the type of person, yeah, where I'm like, you know what? As long as you have the right information, however you decide to react, you react. But don't do something based on the wrong information.
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Yeah,
but certain man are ignorant. They're like, bro, he phoned me with his number showing and thought he could talk to me like this. That's it. I don't care what the crime was. It's on. Certain man are like that. Whereas I'm the voice in it. I'm the voice in the head where it's like, nah. But why did he react that way? Because if someone phoned you and told you what they told him, you would react that way. So kind of see it from his point of view. And then the man would be like, you know what, Taze, you're right. Cool. Let me find out what his beef was. And then more time you find out, and it's like, it's not even beef.
This is not even a
thing.
I think, you know what? Luckily for me, I've got some people that care about me, innit? And like, in that situation, like, that wasn't like ring man and it's on top now, because this is another thing. And I've always thought this as well, yeah. I've always thought, well, at one point anyway, after a point, I always just thought that, like, my luck is not that good. My luck's not that good. I'm not gonna ring and now on a vibe of, listen, imagine man's rang me up now saying he's gonna do thing, whatever, go and grab the 4, fuck, let's go and, like, because I know I go and do all of that and hype up this situation. The next minute now, my head gets blown off. This man dies. Like, the worst case scenario is definitely happening with my luck. Yeah. And I don't want to have nothing on my conscience at all, innit?
Yeah.
But, and within that, people know that I'm not like that. I'm not a person who's confrontational like that. So I think in those situations, luckily for me, there's someone that ring and say, like, make some phone calls, like, why is it, whatever, and then it becomes nothing. Do you get me? But not everyone has that, innit? But what I will say is that them type of calls are not, they're not easy to deal with when you know that someone is on their job or someone is on doing stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? It's not, it's hard because, you know, especially when they're ringing you with that. When people ring me with private number, I don't take them things seriously at all. Like,
when they're ringing you, let you know who's making the phone call.
Bro, it's me. Who is this? Chucks? Yeah, Chuckie. It's such and such. When I see you, this is what is happening. Now I'm have to what? Why? Okay, cool. But yeah. Have you ever had a man ring you on a vibe of, I'm sick and tired of your shit?
What? Wait, what do you mean? Like, well, like you beat his wife, his sister, his mum. Like, what? A man phone you say he's sick and tired of your shit? Nah. I had a man phone me saying that how he's heard stories that I was troubling his girl, but he didn't want to ask his girl.
So he asked you?
So he asked me.
Yeah, because obviously his girl's going to lie.
Yeah, so he was like, can you just tell me the truth? And I was like, nah. And he's like, nah.
What was you telling him?
Yeah, no, I was telling the truth. I was like, no, but he's like, no, like, I'm like, bro, I don't know what you want me to tell you now. Now you want me to lie to make you feel better. Like, I don't get it.
He's already made it up in his head.
Yes, I'm like, I don't know what you want me to say. Like, honestly, no. He's like, all right, cool, appreciate that. And then I don't know what happened after that. But I've had that. But even when I was younger, I had man phone me and say, yo, listen, when I see you, heads getting lick off, and then I see him. But the goon that I had behind me,
it wasn't that.
Yeah. So when he came over, he looked over my shoulder and he saw my man. But I didn't say anything to my. I didn't warn my man on anything that there was a problem. I was just standing there. I just so happened to be standing there when he walked past, and he looked over my shoulder, saw my man, and he just kept it moving. So in my head, I was like, what? So then when I see him out now, I'm just like,
yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. But this was years ago. This was like, do you remember?
Man messaged me talking about. I've had a bunch of them still.
Do you remember LOL show?
Though. Huh?
LOL show.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was them days early on. So now it's just.
Oh, okay, that time ago. Yeah. Oh, I've had man message me. Stop messaging my missus, fam, bro.
I've had that,
bro. I don't know nothing about you.
Yeah.
And she's my brethren, innit? So
speak to her.
Yeah, chat to her.
But in that situation, I would never message the dude. If my girl was messaging another dude and I found out, I'm not messaging the dude.
No, neither. What are you crazy? I'm never messaging man.
But that's him messaging you. What I'm saying, yeah, I'm never messaging the dude.
I'm never messaging no man.
You got to sort your situation at home, and if you can't, then I guess that's not your girl anymore.
Exactly. But yeah, fucking honourable shout out to Headie though. You know what I mean? Headie definitely did his thing on that tune, bro.
Yeah.
And you know, I said before, like that, I think, what was the album called Gang? The one that he had before that he did with some producer or whatever. I was like, I like the fact that he was attempting to try something different. I rated that. I didn't love it. I didn't love that project, but for me it was like, I listened to that and I thought, rah, he's actually trying something a bit different, yeah? And he may not have got this one right as far as I'm concerned, but the next one, I think he genuinely really will. He's gone obviously back to just doing what we know him to do, yeah? But like, he's so comfortable on it, bro.
Because you have like inside info, and obviously I'm not telling you to speak about anybody's situation in particular,
yeah.
But is it pressure from the label that these artists try something new? Because the reason they got in the building anyway is because of what they were doing and it was working. So why is it when they get there, they try something new? Like, for example, with the video when Fredo said, I don't know why you man gassed me to do the hickory bullshit, yeah? But why is it that they do it? Is it because the label convinces them that, okay, this could further you as an artist? Or because, for example, when I use Stormzy as an example, yeah, you can tell he genuinely just wants to make that kind of music.
Yeah.
He's not being convinced to. He's realised that Grimes got him where he is, but now that he's there, he wants to kind of, same with Drake, essentially. Yeah. But there's some other artists where it's like, I didn't see this in your journey. Why is it now you're doing it? And then they come out and say, I didn't want to do it in the first place.
Yeah. I feel like you hear less of people talking about not wanting to do something in the first place anymore, purely because like labels are signing artists and just essentially saying, just do you because it works, innit? But I think sometimes, you know, like when you're around certain people, you're with a certain A&R or a certain label or whatnot, it can give you access to, you know, different producers and like something that is a bit outside of what you know. And some artists are very ambitious, innit? Like they just want to try new things. But then sometimes people from a label could be like, oh, you should have a look at working with so-and-so because in this country, they got this, that. And you know what? Okay. You know, if you come together, maybe it could broaden your fan base here, there and whatnot. And then so some people are willing to try it. And if it doesn't work out, it does. Sometimes I do think that labels get like a bit of a bad rap at times too, though. Like sometimes you're not forced to do shit. People just give you information, you choose to do it. And then it's just up to you. It doesn't work out. It's just how it goes sometimes. But like with Headie, I don't know if that was the case. I just think that he was just trying something new. And some people might have liked it. I think, of course, some people might have liked it. But I don't know if that particularly was the one. But I just think if he tries that the second time, he'll probably kill it. Do you get me? And sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you got to just fucking try that one thing for it to not work out for the next one to be the sickest thing.
Yeah, I feel like some people are scared of failure. And for me, sometimes failure is actually exciting because by failing, I now know what I need to do to get it right the second time.
Yeah.
But no one's gonna. Let me not say no one, but the majority, depending on how big the win is, no one remembers the failure.
No, exactly.
So
Exactly. I guess it also speaks to Drake's when you think of like the first time he jumped on the drill thing, bare people was like, dead, whatever. Even when this came out, like some people,
I wasn't a fan.
Yeah, same.
I wasn't a fan.
Same. But then, like, even when this one came out, I think it was naturally your natural reaction, especially hearing the last stuff, is to be like, nah, man, this isn't that good. Then you listen to it and you're like, hold on, wait a minute. No, he's actually got better at this.
I think it's
and so if he keeps doing this, then he's gonna be good at that. But I don't know if there's like, I don't think that he's trying to do it as a lane. I think he's just doing that for the sport.
Just having fun, yeah.
Yeah, he's just having fun.
Do you know what? I feel like people don't give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, you got to think about it. We're talking about someone who literally came up and was like going back to back with one of the greatest rappers, like Lil Wayne, yeah. And then this is another conversation this is a question I want you to answer after, yeah. Why is it every time he does a tune with Drake, it's not, I'm sorry, Jay-Z, it's not, it's like a throwaway. Besides Pound Cake and Light Up, but that Talk Up tune, what was going on there?
Talk Up, was that the first one?
No, that's the most recent one he's done with Jay-Z.
Okay. The first one I thought was alright still.
This is the first one, is it? Light
the
Up?
First, Light Up.
Yeah.
Well, no, wait.
Or
I don't
Pound
know.
Cake.
That might have been the second
Is Light Up
one.
or Pound Cake?
When was the one where Drake said, Jay-Z said, top down in the winter, that's what winners do?
Oh, but the satellite's crispy.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that's Light Up. Light Up.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. That was alright.
Yeah,
still.
that beat.
Jay bodied that.
But like,
Jay's bodied all of them, really. But the last one was
there's one where Jay was with Kendrick. He jumped on, is it Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe? And then Kendrick spun the whip back.
Yeah.
Kendrick spun the whip back, say, well, hold on a second.
Yeah,
and his third verse.
It's not that
But yeah, Drake, I think we don't give Drake the benefit of the doubt where it's like, listen, I've been at the top of my game for years now. Like, I'm not always going to get it right. But when I get it right, it's a banger.
Yeah.
And what pissed me off with
Drake's
this tune...
been getting it right for like 10 years.
No, I know,
plus.
but then when he gets it wrong, it's like, how could you? It's like, yo, I'm only a human being. But look at the tune he dropped with DJ Khaled, Popstar. What? That was just typical Drake. But at the same time, he can't just keep giving us that. It's going to get boring after a while. So yes, he has free reign to kind of dip into this circle and dip into that genre. And do you know what I mean? Let me do my thing. If it works, it works. Because when he, for example, when he dropped Hold On, We're Going Home, I said, brother, what are you doing? But then when I watched the interview of him explaining it, I was like, okay, I get it now. Because you have the capacity to do it.
Of course.
He said, I want a timeless tune like how people speak about MJ.
Yeah.
I want one of those. I was like, okay, cool, I get it. But you can't just tell me, have you heard Drake's new song? And I play that and I think, this ain't the Drake that I fuck with. Do you know what I mean? So I get he's got a lot of pressure on him. But at the same time, I think we could give him the benefit of the doubt, man. Let him do his thing, man. He's gonna get the. He's gonna drop one drill tune, yeah, that everyone's gonna be like, yo, ho.
Yeah, people are gonna.
Well done.
They're not gonna want to like it, but you're just gonna have to. Love it.
He's gonna do it.
That's what it seems like he's teeing up, isn't it?
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
He's gonna drop one, and everyone's gonna be like, oh my god, this is why Drake's the best. So.
Yeah, it's mad still, but yeah, honourable shout out to him and whatnot. Before we leave, I always ask people, like, I should have told you this before, didn't I? Forgot, but like, I always ask, what do people need to see or hear? Like, just give one thing. So, and it could be anything. So it could be like an Instagram post, a tune, a fucking something to watch, a YouTube video, like anything. Like what? Like just one thing. What should people watch? What should people see? Anything.
Right now,
Yeah.
I May Destroy You TV series.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's on where?
I watched it on BBC iPlayer.
Okay.
And apparently, if you have any American listeners, it's on HBO Hulu out there. But yeah, definitely watch that. That made me look at the social dynamics between men and women and the interaction differently. Like certain things that you just think is, nah. Like, the way she's sick. She's a very, very sick writer. And she acted it very, very well. And even the last episode where she explores different endings based on if someone's a victim of sexual abuse, the revenge that you essentially want. The way she explores the different outcomes. Yeah. It's a very sick show. I say definitely go watch that.
Love. Taser, love for coming through again, my bro.
Come on, man.
Appreciate that, man. It's a good one. Thanks for listening, everyone. Gone!